Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are having a great day today. It's the weekend. We're getting back to the rhythm of starting the whole week. There's definitely a lot going on at this time. As I mentioned in my previous video, a lot of good things, a lot of things that are just beginning to evolve and just get a lot of things off the ground. And it's moving in that direction. So definitely, there's a lot going on in the cosmos. Way out there. Lots of changes, which are good, and it's just a matter of waiting. Uh, you'll be drawn to certain places, and you'll like being around certain kind of people, and your your connection, it's just going to blossom a lot, which is good. And I guess finding a good starting point, finding a place where you're in the middle, right, to start your journey. So a lot of clearing. And for me, I have just all these memories that are bad. The ones that usually you don't want to remember. You got bad cut. Someone shouted at you, or they said something snotty or whatever. Um, those get registered in your body, and they're just like free radicals, and they cause damage. So a lot of times these waves of energy that we're receiving them because they're peeling away that kind of stuff. And for some, the shock of the energy could be just, bad for the individual, but good for the cleansing of the soul. And it's a toxic experience. You never forget the feeling how you feel right after you get off a cold or something, where your immune system is um, beat down, right? So the feeling is great. You've got over this cold. You're full of energy. You're zippy. You're here. You're there. It just feels like you're having this really bad cold. You're fuzzy, and just the way you feel all around is your senses are heightened. So there's a lot of back and forth going on with the individuals around you, because you're adjusting. So you're bouncing back and forth through a lot of I don't know, just kind of frequencies, right? Because there's so many of them, and you want to anchor in your fifth dimensional frequency, and then you can use that to get to the higher dimensions too. Fifth dimension is just your basement, your first floor or ground floor level where you want to be now, because the planet isn't in that state, and it can be. You can look and see if that's possible. Just the way we see that stain, that it looks like a flashing light, so it's like a brown stain, and it's staring at you, right? It feels like it's coming straight at you, and you understand what that means, right? You got to start getting better at doing what you have to do. So in this case, if you see a flashing light, you want to move out of the way. Maybe someone's trying to flash their light at you or something. Um, so you're looking for your balance. You're looking for your ground zero to start, so that you can start to move up. So with everyone that's going through this, depending on how strong the frequencies might be, then you're looking at a lot of people around you that are just doing crazy things, right? That are just not right in their head, or there's just stuff that comes out of their mouth that is just bizarre. You couldn't believe it, right? So that's my experience. The many times that I felt energy like this, I think I used to work from home at one point, and that allowed me to experience the world in a very different way, because I it was, I think it's 2008 or 2009. So that was pretty good, right? But it was throughout '08, and then 2012 was when there's this huge burst of energy just came, and it's the same feeling that you feel in your heart, right? The feeling that we've all felt before, but it's just a huge pulse, you know. Earth is ready to ascend. Earth is ready to ascend. So it's, I mean, like catching it at that age, and just with the things that you could probably pinpoint where you were there at the time. And on that day, it was just, I mean, I wish I could have more access to the internet, or would have thought of looking at the Schumann resonance for that time or something. But it doesn't matter. I think, and then I've had a similar feeling like that again now, and it's happening more often as the days go by. So last year I felt like this, now maybe a handful of times, right? And I mean, it wasn't as severe as it feels now, because now it just feels like a bad cold. But you are, you're going down the path, and you're just not swinging away from it. You're trying to hang in there. So the frequency and the intensity is getting higher. So what's going to happen is that at some point, it's just like you're boiling water. You're going to make every single bubble just be exactly the same temperature. So we'll be having the same reading, right? And it will be able to, as a whole, um, how can I say this? There was always a tribal factor in the way that humanity operated before, let's say, the Industrial Revolution. There's always this, um, hunting and gathering sort of scenario we have going on, with how individuals migrate around the planet, and how they settle and accommodate. And so some individuals are nomads and others are not, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that it's going to separate in that way one more time, and that allows humanity then to have its you know its group of individuals that will, um, in not so many words, just kind of set things right. You know what I mean? Now there's blanket proof that our civilization, as it moves forward, being that we're all humans, right? Including me, we're in the cusp of this evolution, and we just can't seem to just put it together, because some understand it, some and others don't understand it, right? So it's quite a historical future that we have for ourselves, and I think that's a good thing, because it sets everything in stone for the next generation to then make this a better planet, and so on and so forth, which is what we're going to get into here now, just with a few more videos, and just kind of letting it out, letting it just expand the universe, even if only just one person listens to this video, which is good. I don't mind at all. I'm actually super excited for this, so this is my excited face. Yeah, so it's going to be great. I don't want to make the videos long. I used to make them super long. I believe it's time to start doing channeling now that we're heading into winter, and that's important. I could take time out now. Thankfully, I think I've made up some time now in the weekend, where I can just sit there and just let it come to me, right? And put some stuff down, because there was a time I did put stuff down that was great, and it was personal, But like I said before, this is a good time now that we're awakening more to let through some information that maybe they want us to hear. So it just feels right that I have this way of now being able to reach out to you guys and then just do the channelings, which is where I want to go with this in the future and expand from there. So I hope I leave you guys well. I hope my explanation wasn't all too rough. It's coming out great, and I think we're gonna have a great and beautiful time going forward. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you for